It's seed and feed, chemicals and compost, vaccinations and irrigation. It's time for Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Hey, good day to all you great stewards of the land. This is Jimmy Clark. I'm live from the house today, still digging peanuts. I'll get done today. I'll be back in studio tomorrow. Show, obviously, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre, Oklahoma. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Nice temperatures out there, 79 at Hollis, 80 at Hobart, 76 at Cheyenne, home of the secret weapon. 75 at Slapout, 69 at Kenton, way out there in the Oklahoma Panhandle, 78 at Cherokee out here in the Texas Panhandle. We have more of the same. 76 at Lipscomb, 77 at Miami, 77 at Dozer, 78 at Wellington, 82 at Goodlet and Odell. So anyway, we got, I had a really good day digging peanuts yesterday. Got quite a bit done. And like I said, I lack about 10 acres being done. They're looking good. And hopefully Mother Field, I'm going to start combining on them Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I get some peanut trailers up here. And everything's looking good. We need a rain. Geez, we need a rain. Everybody needs a rain. I realize that. We need a rain. Lots of people working on their cotton fields, defoliating. Some cotton coming in pretty hot and heavy out at Pampa at the Lone Star Gin, and they've got some already here at or over here at Burns Flat. So good luck with cotton harvest, guys. Looks like you're going to have a good year. Okay, let's check out what happened overnight first in our big old world of agriculture. According to this, wheat futures were lower in overnight trading amidst strong global production and favorable weather in the U.S. Southern Plains. Global output was projected last month at 816 million metric tons in the 25-26 marketing year, up from 800 million tons last season, according to the USDA. When it said last month anyway. Russian output at the time was seen at 85 million metric tons, up from 81.6 million tons a year earlier. In Russia, they said now expects the wheat production, the world's largest exporter of the grain, at 87.8 million metric tons. That's up from the previous outlook by 500,000 tons. Also weighing on prices overnight is favorable weather in the U.S. Southern Plains, where winter planting continues. About 66% of the winter crop was in the ground at the start of the week, according to Rutgers Poll. The weekly crop progress report from the USDA is unavailable due to the ongoing government shutdown. If you missed the show yesterday, speaking of the government shutdown, I've had some people message me and call me to see if I can find out anything about if the FSA could sign some checks that they had, cattle checks or whatever, get them signed because they're got a loan with them. And the answer as of yesterday, and probably still is today, is no. The only people that they got a person coming in checking the office every day just for a little bit to make sure they don't have any water leaks and anything direly important happening in there. Other than that, they're not authorized to sign any checks yet. Hopefully next week, that's all I can tell you. I'm not sure they'll do it next week, but I'm hoping. So just wanted to throw that out there for you. Some rain is expected in the Southern Plains for the rest of the week, said Don Kinley, an ag meteorologist from Maxar. Rainfall has been near expectations. Oh, my computer moved on its own. Rainfall has been near expectations, favoring west central Kansas, western Oklahoma, and northwestern Texas, he said. So there's some chances coming up. Hopefully we get it, man. This wheat pasture looks really good right now, but you can tell it's starting to hurt a little bit. But if we was to get a rain, you guys could probably turn out on it way before Thanksgiving, which would be great. The forecast, he said, is unchanged. Rain should favor northern areas on Thursday and east central areas on Friday and Saturday. Dry Sunday everywhere, he says. Wheat futures for December delivery were down 2 3/4 cents to $4.96 a bushel overnight on the Chicago Board of Trade. Kansas City lost 2.5 cents to 4.85 3/4 a bushel. Corn futures rose 1/4 to 4.17 a bushel. Soybean futures for November delivery rose 3.5 cents to 10.27 3/4 a bushel. Soy meal rose 20 cents to 276.10 a short ton, and soybean oil futures added 0.3 cents to 51.1 cents a pound. Let's see here. What do they got going on here? They said the Iowa corn and soybean growers continue to harvest their crops after conditions were mostly favorable during the growing season. While official data isn't available due to the government shutdown, a poll was this week estimated U.S. corn harvest at 44% complete, and soybean collection was at 58%. In Page County, Iowa, tucked in the southwest corner of the state, Darren Profit, 32, said it was wet through most of the growing season, which led to the spread of fungus diseases, including southern rust and corn leaf blight. And there was a bunch of that rust. They had a lot of rust in like 6 states up there, and I think there were some reported in Caddo County here. So, because we had a pretty good amount of rain ourselves out here in western Oklahoma up until now. Our soybeans, in my opinion, are phenomenal, but our corn got hit with diseases. Pick one, and it got it. We have some landowners, and we ourselves didn't fungicide a couple of fields. Stuff that didn't get fungicide on corn is general about 50 bushels under, 50 to 70 bushels under in some areas. Profit also said the Cobb Asgrow independent seed dealer, he is also a DeKalb Asgrow independent seed dealer, said he put fungicide on most of his corn, which paid off for this year 1,000%. I'm going to tell you what my agronomist tells me. Fungicide is cheap. No matter whether you got wheat, triticale, rye, corn, milo, peanuts, whatever, fungicide really is cheap, so you guys need to use it. The harvest has been progressing through. Farmers in his area have had to switch back and forth between collecting corn and beans due to recent rain. Prophet said he managed to collect about 45% of his corn and 40% of his beans. It's been a pretty erratic fall, he said. A lot of people switch back and forth between corn and soybeans because of the cloudy mornings. Last Sunday we had 4 inches of rain, so we went back to corn, but today we finally got going on the soybeans, and then we got more cloudy weather. The crop in his area of Iowa looks better than average, which seemed to surprise a lot of people, he said. It goes without saying that everybody's bean crop is phenomenal. Everybody's been shocked, and corn that has fungicide is fine, he said. According to the National Weather Service, maybe if I can get my computer to work here we go. Scattered thunderstorms in our Farm Belt are possible this afternoon in parts of South Dakota, according to the National Weather Service. Lightning is the only hazard they're seeing. Dense fog is expected to linger in the area throughout the morning. In central Iowa, meanwhile, isolated thunderstorms are forecast this morning. More storms may rumble through the area on Friday and Saturdays. The overall severe weather tree appears to be low, but a few storms could be strong in Iowa, he says. Other than that, out here in Southern Plains, not much going on weather-wise. Going to get a little breezy today, they said, maybe some gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Okay, what else we got going on here? Not a whole lot going here today. Yesterday's question, I apologize. I didn't give the answer by the end of the show, so I'm going to give you the answer to that question for you. Here was the question. Maybe if I can, there it is. Yesterday's question from the Taylor Ranch was, feedlot steer outweight set a new record in September, exceeding year-ago levels by 36 pounds. How many pounds were those finished weights? A, 1526, B, 1496, C, 1466, and D, 1436. The correct answer was A, 1,526 pounds was the outweight beat last year by 36 pounds. So they're getting them bigger at the feedlots, sending them to the processor. Well, today is the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Day, brought to you by the Roger Mills County Farm Bureau. Let's take a break. And during the show, guys, if you hear some noise going on, don't worry about it. It's my dog's coming in and out of the house, and then they're antsy. They want to go dig peanuts. They went and dug peanuts with me yesterday, and I set them in the shade of a grain cart because it was hot out there yesterday afternoon. But sometimes dogs aren't so smart. They had to follow me up and down that field a little over a quarter mile, chasing me down, looking for grasshoppers. One of the dogs caught a rat, and then anyway, they drink a lot of water yesterday afternoon, so I got to feeling sorry for them, so I brought them to the house. They don't know when to quit, so we'll be back right after this Oklahoma Farm Bureau break.
He loves to talk about farming and ranching. Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
The biggest mistake I've seen when people are purchasing insurance or coming in to visit with us is being underinsured. You know, the state minimum on auto insurance is $25,000, $50,000, and that's too low. I mean, if you run into somebody's new vehicle and it costs $50,000 and you only have $25,000 in coverage, that's going to come out of your pocket. So, you know, we try to make sure that our customers are insured how they need to be to get the coverage. I mean, if you're going to have insurance, you need to have it for the right reasons, and that's to protect themselves. I mean, that's why they have it. I'm really in the business of protecting the customer. When it comes to protection, it's not a large amount more to go ahead and get the coverage you need.
Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies.
Hi, I'm Mickey Lively. I'm an insurance agent with Oklahoma Farm Bureau. My office is located in Greer County. Call me anytime at 580-782-3827.
It helps to work with someone who's been down the same road you're traveling, someone who knows what you're up against and what you're going through. When it comes to farmers and ranchers, that's us. That's who we are. Our lenders know ag inside and out because we're producers too. We approach it like a partnership. We want to put ag producers in position to be successful. We're very laid back and easy to deal with, and people seem to like that. We think you'll like it too. I'm Marty Maddox. Great Plains Bank in Elk City is here to lend farmers and ranchers a helping hand. Member FDIC.
Do you love the great outdoors? Maybe you enjoy trap shooting or skeet shooting, or maybe getting some target practice in at the firing range is your thing. If you're that person, you love guns. Hobart Farm and Garden has a whole room dedicated to guns, gun safes, ammunition, and more. It's quite impressive. You got to go check it out. They are Western Oklahoma's platinum Browning dealer and Glock stocking dealer. They're located at 1030 South Monroe in Hobart, Oklahoma. If they don't have it, you don't need it. Hobart Farm and Garden.
Next spring, you'll fire up the tractor, turn the earth, plant the seed, and be on your way to another harvest. If you take care of your tractor right now. Before you put it up, do the maintenance so you'll be ready to go next spring. Everything you need to keep your tractor performing is at Camrock Supply. All the grease and hydraulic fluids and filters. All the nuts and bolts, all the tire patches. All the stuff is at Camrock Supply. All of it. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. When it's time, make sure your tractor is ready to go.
Your family is sitting around the supper table and something interesting happens. Just a few moments ago, there was lots of rustling and noises. And now nobody's saying a word. Everyone's too busy cutting up their steak and taking bites. Once in a while, someone says something about how good it tastes, but for the most part, everyone's pretty quiet. They're too busy chewing and swallowing and going back for another bite. The meat was processed exactly the way you wanted it, and all you had to do was tell us what you wanted. We processed your meat to the exact specifications, and since we processed the meat at your place, it was really simple for you. I'm Becky Brown, and my husband's Tony, and we're BT Butchers. It's a mobile meat processing shop. We come to you and make it easy as possible, the way you want it. The website is btbutchers.com. That's B as in Becky, T as in Tony, butchers.com. Remember, it's your meat and it feeds your family. You deserve to have it processed the way you want it.
He loves to talk about farming and ranching. Here's more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Wellington, Texas. Here's your ag weather update for the Texas Panhandle. 78 degrees, humidity 38, dew point 50. The winds are out of the south at 13 with wind gusts up to 21 currently. 0.07 inches of rain so far in the month of October. 73 is your 80-inch soil temperature. Wow, that. All right, let's check out that Central Crop Care grain market update. Let me get this. Computer's a little slow today, so bear with me here a second. There we go. The board looks really good today, except for lean hog. Corn, December, 422 up 5 1/4. March is 436 up 4 1/4. Soybeans for November, 1012 up 5 3/4. January's 1029 up 5 1/2. Soybean meal, December 276.50 up 60. January 280.30 up 70. Soybean oil, December 5107 up 27. Hard red winter wheat, December 490 up 2. March is 510 up 1 3/4. Live cattle, December 247.72 up 95. February is 249.50 up 75. Feeders for November 381.25 up 57. January 379.15 up 130, and March looks pretty good too at 377.42 up $1.62. Lean hogs are in the red. December 82.75 down 85. February's 85.27 down 42. Also, if you hadn't seen it on social media or you didn't call in, for the 6th straight week, Elk City Livestock Auction is not taking any cattle. They put that out yesterday, so it's crazy. So if you already didn't have a pen assigned to you, I wouldn't be taking your cows, not cattle, but your cows to the Elk City Livestock Auction. They're already full up, so I figured, 500 to 600 head of cows will be and bulls will be selling theirs tomorrow, just like the previous 5 weeks. So just a heads up, if you haven't heard. Also, let me find this real quick. Where is it? Oh, I seen it on the text line from Tradio. Let me get this to you, because I got a fireman story for you. Kelton Volunteer Fire Department will be having their chili dinner, burrito pie, and chili dogs fundraiser Saturday, November 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. Donations accepted and appreciated. 9 miles east of Wheeler on 152, 3 miles south on 592, quarter mile east on 2697 to the Kelton Volunteer Fire Department. Carryout is available. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is there's a couple reasons. The first reason is, guys, we got a lot of big grass and stuff around this year from all the rain we had. And I'm just wondering if, I don't wish it to, but we might be having a pretty crazy wildfire season this winter. So be careful out there with what you're doing. Even right now, we still got green grass and stuff, but things are pretty dry and tender right now. Also, so when you do get a chance to support your local volunteer fire department, don't be bashful. Just do it. They'll take donations of money, water, jerky, hand wipes, eye drops, Gatorade, you know it, they'll do it. And they need to get stocked up this winter. It might be a long spring out here. Hopefully it's not, but I'm just saying. A lot of stuff can burn around here right now. Also, I checked this story out from Texas. Texas A&M Forest Service awards $164 million to Texas fire departments. Thanks to an historical investment by the 89th Texas legislation, Texas A&M Forest Service approved $164 million in funding to award 558 fire trucks and 321 clip-on units to Texas volunteer fire departments through the Rural Volunteer Fire Department Assistance Program today. Yay! Good job, Texas. The Rural Volunteer Fire Department Assistance Program was established by the Texas House Bill 2604 in 2001 to provide grants to rural volunteer fire departments for essential firefighting equipment and training. Since its onset, the program has awarded over $500 million in grants the Texas Fire Department, including today's funding meeting. Today's meeting marked the largest allocation of awards in the first phase of it in distributing over $192 million to Texas volunteer fire departments, following an appropriation approved by the 89th Texas legislation for departments that submitted funding requests on or before November 7th of 2024, which was last year. Texas used a tiered approach to wildlife response, establishing local fire departments and counties as the first on the scene, and they are. State response is activated as wildfires become more complex and grow beyond the capacity of local first responders. Texas fire departments are on the front line in local response, and their equipment capacity is vital to response time and effectiveness, said Al Davis, Texas A&M Forest Service Director. This historic funding reflects the strong support of the Texas legislation and governor. Their investment allows us to continue supporting and equipping firefighters who protect Texas lives and property. By using the funding through the program to purchase critical equipment, local fire departments increase their equipment capacity to respond to wildfires and a wide array of emergency incidents, including house fires and motor vehicle accidents. During the legislative session, this program was also appropriated approximately $88 million in base funding for the however you say that, fiscal years of 2026 and 27, the most ever allocated to address ongoing needs for critical equipment at the local level. Additional funding for the fire and rescue equipment, personnel, protective equipment, training aids, and dry hydrants will be awarded to Texas Fire Department over the coming months. How about that? Congratulations. Good job, Texas. Now, Oklahoma, we do a pretty good job, but we need to step it up. I think one of the big things with the Oklahoma volunteer fire department, if we can figure out some way, and I've talked to our Anthony Moore and Nick Archer about this, if we can figure out some way that we can pay our volunteer firemen when they're on wildfires. And I state that on wildfires only. And I know FEMA reimburses some of the fire departments, turning in the paperwork and stuff like that, on and on and on, yada, yada, yada. But it might be a year, it might be 2 years before they get that money. Well, a lot of our volunteer firemen have regular jobs, and some of their employers, and I'm not dogging on them at all, so don't take this wrong, can't afford to pay them while they're gone on wildfires because they might be gone 2, 3, 4 days. Who knows? So they either have to take leave, which they really need to have in case they have family and need leave with the family. So they have to take leave if they need to get paid, or they just take leave without pay and not get paid, because firemen are very dedicated to what they do. I know they are. I know a bunch of them. They're very dedicated to what they do. So if there's some way we can figure out how these guys can get paid while they're on wildfires, this will be a plus, because I know here at Carter the recruitment's not down, but some of the other fire departments recruiting's down, and they need to get more volunteers to come in and help. It costs money to be gone 3 or 4 days on a wildfire and not get paid. So, they're working on that. So hopefully we can get this. And also, I'm going to give another shout out to our local firemen and to our county workers, guys that running the graders and dozers and transporting water to these fire guys. We have companies, trucking companies around western Oklahoma that bring transport to water to the fires and keep our fire trucks full of water while they're fighting fires. So anyway, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys, and I know a lot of other people do too. So okay, well, today is the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Happy Hour, brought to you by the Roger Mills County Farm Bureau. Let's take a break.
He loves talking about farming and ranching. Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Trade in and save on Milwaukee tools this month at Napa. Trade in and save $250 on a 1-inch D-handle extension anvil high torque impact wrench with one key. Trade in and save $100 on Milwaukee 3/4 inch, half-inch, and 3/8 inch impact wrenches. Trade in and save $50 on Milwaukee ratchet kits. Trade in any professional brand competing impact wrench or ratchet, pneumatic or cordless. Trade in and save on Milwaukee tools this month at Napa in Oak City, Weatherford, and Hinton.
We try our best not to tell the customer no, but to find what they need.
You farmers like saving money on stuff you gotta have? You can save instantly when you buy 2 or more eligible Bridgestone or Firestone ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $300 off all eligible AD2, IF, and BF radial tires and Bridgestone radials. Get $200 off all eligible non-AD2 radial tires, and get $25 off Destination Farm and Destination Turf. Blair Tire and Feed at the Crossroads in Blair, Oklahoma. Save instantly on the tires you gotta have.
Need to dig it? Then it's time to rent it. But call 811 first, and then head on over to DJ's Rentals and Sales and let their knowledgeable staff help you get it started. Whether it's a backhoe, a post hole digger, a mini excavator, or a skid steer that you need to help make that job a little easier. You can find them all and more at DJ's Rentals and Sales, 911 South Main Street in Elk City. Text them on the text line at 580-799-7214. Find and follow them on Facebook. And don't forget to call 811 first.
We feel like we want to be good stewards of our depositors' money. It's what keeps Community Bank going for as long as it has. This bank's seen it all. Starting 1901, you've seen a few droughts. You've seen some market crashes. Oil and gas come and go a few different times, from the 50s to the 80s to the 2010s. And we're here. We never sit there and go, oh man, I hope our doors are going to be open tomorrow. We're going to be there. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm Jason Redd, and I help make the difference at First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre.
Member FDIC.
Your farm deserves only the best, and that's why Valley Genuine Parts are crafted to meet the highest standards to elevate your pivot's performance, covering all your pivot needs. Valley Genuine Parts provide optimal operation and extend the life of your pivots, from drivetrain components to sprinkler parts. Invest in the best for your farm. Valley is your partner in irrigation success. Stop by Knutson Irrigation or call 1-800-373-9325 or online at KnutsonIrrigation.com.
Kent Watkins here with SEI Agritech in Elk City, Oklahoma. It's time to plant your fall cover crops and set your fields up for success. We have the seed that you need to protect and enrich your soil all season long. And remember, we are a proud Livestock Nutrition Center authorized dealers. Feed that keeps your herd healthy and strong. Stop by or call us today and get everything you need. SEI Agritech on South Randall in Elk City, Oklahoma. And follow us on Facebook.
You're so busy out on the farm, you don't run into town unless you absolutely have to. The folks on the east side of Wheeler make it easier for you to stay on the farm. They'll deliver high-pro feed in bulk to your place. They deliver bulk feed in 5 states. They're used to it. But if you're in town, stop in and ask about lick tubs and talk to them about fertilizer. They've got plenty of that too. Your cattle and crops don't have better friends than the folks at the Wheeler General Store. Sure, they're on Facebook, but mostly they're on Highway 152 on the east side of Wheeler. That's Wheeler General Store.
Now, back to more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm live from the house. As soon as I get done here with the show, I'm going to go fix me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, eat me some corn chips, and head to the tractor and see if I can get finished digging, or we'll just call it Duggan today. I'll get done Duggan today. Anyway, something happened. There we go. I'm back. All right, let's check out some weather in northwestern Oklahoma, maybe. Maybe not. Bear with me. There we go. Come on. Play some music here. Every time I bring that tab up, it makes everything else slow. Come on. Trying to get the northwestern weather up real quick, guys. Bear with me a second. There it is. Alva, 78 degrees, dew point's 55, humidity 44%. Winds are out of the south at 12 miles an hour. 3-day average 4-inch bare soil temperature, 70 degrees, sunset at 6:59. Mostly sunny and 84 today, partly cloudy and 62 tonight. Tomorrow, 87 with a 20% slight chance of thunderstorms. Okay. Let me get back to see if I can. Bear with me a second here. I'll get her all back. There we go. All right. Let's talk about some machinery. Scratch your classic iron itch with 3 old tractors that steal the show. Learn about a rare expat tractor that found its way back home from across the pond, a beloved farmall that still chugs on its Pennsylvania dairy country, and one of the John Deere's biggest hits from the 1980s. And I'm telling you, that hit from John Deere in the 1980s, it still is today my favorite tractor. Today, tractors are jam-packed with GPS guidance and auto steer, sensors, there we go, sensors and camera arrays and LED lighting packages. I know my neighbor to the north of me, when he fires up to bale hay, it lights the whole sky up. He looks like a spaceship out there. Operators sit comfortably in air-conditioned cabs with built-in mini fridges full of cold drinks and responsive computing displays at their fingertips. The whole deal gives the look and feel of a rolling mission control home office on wheels. Quite frankly, many new tractor cabs are probably a whole lot nicer than your average home office. That's for sure. There's clearly no going back to the bare bones analog tractors with rigid metal seats and open-air cabs Dad and Grandpa ran. But many of today's farmers have cultivated an enduring affinity for the classic farm workhorses of yesteryear. Come on, computer. There we go. There we go. Where'd it go? There we go. If you consider yourself among the legends of or not legends, but legions of classic iron heads, check out the trio of recent tractor tail segments for quite a hit with some of the sweet farm machinery. Southern Michigan farmer Nicholas Tosick might just possess the ultimate classic tractor trump card. A well-conditioned 1947 Empire 90 that Machinery Pete says is one of only 380 known to exist today. His prized red Empire was originally shipped overseas to help rebuild bombed-out Eastern Europe farming villages devastated by the World War II. He says the Spartan red machines are pretty light-duty and were built with mostly Jeep Motor Company components produced at the time by Willys Overland and Ford Motor Company and were used primarily to pull old horse-drawn equipment. Come on. About to give up on this one page here on the computer. He says about 1,000 to 1,200 of the export-only machines reverse immigrated back to North America, ended up on farms across Canada and United States, northern United States. I think I'm going to have to give up on the story, folks. Sorry, this page on AgWeb is not cooperating with me at all. Maybe it'll give me a second here. Oh, man. I don't think it's going to. All right, I'm going to have to do this story some other time. I apologize. Let me see if I can kill this page and go back. I might have to go to my phone. There we go. All right. I got it. My computer's working now. That page was doing something funky with the computer. Well, on to other news. Texas news again. The USDA slaps Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller over New World screwworm. Texas Ag Commissioner Sid Miller is trading barbs with the Trump administration over its response to a parasite pest that continues to make its way north in Mexico and could potentially threaten the state's $15 billion cattle industry. I think it's actually about $6 billion, and the other 7 or 8 million, 9 million is wildlife if it crosses the border. This week, in an interview with the Nashville television network that focuses on rural issues, Miller's expressed frustration that the USDA was not using a synthetic bait that he promoted to combat the New World screwworm, a fly that infects warm-blooded animals and recently has been spotted less than 100 miles from the border. I still haven't got a buy-in from the USDA to do a fly bait, Miller told RFD-TV. If we put out the fly bait, we can wipe out the screwworm in Mexico in 90 days. But for some reason, they are very reluctant to do that. On Tuesday, the USDA responded accusing the elected Agriculture Commissioner of blatantly disregarding tried and true New World screwworm offensive strategies in favor of clickbait publicity stunts. In the statement, which first reported by RFD-TV and provided to the Texas Tribune by the USDA, a spokesman said the agency deployed and tested Miller's infamous traps, and they were found to be ineffective. In 1 month, USDA traps in Panama caught thousands of New World screwworms. Commissioner Miller's traps caught one single fly. When presented with the results of his traps underperforming, Commissioner Miller indicated USDA staff should paint them black, to which the USDA declined. USDA looks forward to working with any and all partners who seek to find a real solution to defeat the New World screwworm, the spokesman added. In response to the USDA, Miller issued a statement saying he appreciated the agency's historic effort to fight the New World screwworm. We're all on the same team here, and I look forward to continuing our partnership to stop this threat in its tracks. Since August, Miller has been pushing for state and federal agencies to use a synthetic bait he called TDA swarm lure, which he said was created by his biosecurity team. The new attractant named TDA swarm lure marks a serious upgrade in our efforts to protect Texas livestock from the threat of the New World screwworm, Miller said in an August press release. On Monday, Miller told RFD-TV he was frustrated that the USDA wasn't using the fly bait. They tell me that it's environmentally unsound because it would kill the good flies. Good flies, is that like a good fire ant? I don't know what a good fly is. I don't know if they're afraid to kill house flies or stable flies, but I'm ready to kill the screwworm fly, is what he said. The USDA has announced a variety of methods to try and stop the fly from entering the United States and infecting cattle. In June, Secretary Brooke Rollins announced a plan to combat the threat of the parasitic insect. It includes investing $8.5 million to build a sterile fly dispersal facility at the Moore Air Base in southern Texas. In August, the USDA announced a $750 million facility at that same place, which will produce about 300 million sterile screwworm flies per week. By mating with sterile female flies, the intent is to produce non-viable eggs, so the population will eventually die out. There you have it. Said nothing else. There we go. Sounds like there's some people, no matter what goes on, whether it's with cattlemen associations, farming, the soybeans in China, these screwworm flies, and whatever else is going on. This seems like nobody gets it. There always got to be one bad statement in all of it, no matter who makes the statement. We just need to come together, and everybody always has a different opinion. There's no two ways about that. Sorry, it's just not going to have. Not everybody's the same. So we just need to get along and get this one. Man, we get the screwworm up here, we're in trouble. And the guys from the 60s, 70s, and 80s can vouch for that by seeing it. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and take our last break. Brought to you by the Oklahoma Farm Bureau and Roger Mills County Farm Bureau. Be right back after this.
Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
So there's a company out there that has a certain color. All the farmers and stuff think their oil has to be used in those certain color of tractors. And it's just not true. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. I use it at our place. My son uses it for our colored tractors that we have, and a lot of other farmers use it too. It's the same oil, specifications are the same. It's kind of a myth where they think that it's got to be that certain type of oil for that color of tractor.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil.
You don't want to let your cotton set in the field day after day waiting to be gin. Now to better serve you, the cotton farmers in Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle, Lone Star Gin has processed over 540,000 bales of cotton. They've got locations in Pampa, Texas, and now in Burns Flat, Oklahoma. Lone Star Gin has the ability to process over 2,400 bales per day. All they do is gin cotton. Go to LoneStarGin.com for more information, and you can find them on Facebook.
As a farmer or rancher, you're always looking for ways to save time and money. The Apache Hay Wagon from Everett's Welding in Visay, Oklahoma will help you do just that. The Apache Hay Wagon eliminates 80 to 90% of hay waste with its unique design. It hauls multiple bales, saving you time and money. Go by Everett's Welding today and ask to see the Apache Hay Wagon. You'll be glad you did. You can also visit them online at everettswelding.com.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
This is the Western Oklahoma Livestock Auction Market Report for Monday, October 13. 1,273 head were sold. 6 head of steers at 518 brought 460. 21 at 536 brought 490. 5 at 547 brought 385. 14 at 663 brought 352.50. 10 at 740 brought 365. 28 at 754 brought 375. 16 head of heifers at 508 brought 395. 13 at 573 brought 345. 7 at 614 brought 347.50. 5 at 681 brought 322.50. 4 at 728 brought 312.50. 34 at 788 brought 347. 8 at 1,046 brought 286. Butcher cows were 40 to 180. Butcher bulls 149 to 208. Bred cows 1725 to 3,700. Western Oklahoma Livestock Auction exit 71, Clinton, Oklahoma. Sale every Monday at 10 a.m. To consign, call Brandon Hickey 580-497-6095.
Jim is all wound up and ready to go. Here comes more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Alton, here is your Hobart Farm and Garden Ag Weather Update for southwestern Oklahoma. 83, feels like 82. Dew points 52, the winds are out of the south at 16 with wind gusts up to 21. 3-day average 4-inch bare. Soil temperature 76 degrees, sunset at 7:03. Mostly sunny and 87 today, 62 and clear tonight, and mostly sunny and 89 tomorrow with winds out of the south 9 to 16 miles an hour, according to the Oklahoma Mesonet. All right, here we go. Large increase in machinery costs suggests need to reconsider machinery purchase decisions. Between 2021 and 2023, prices of new ag equipment increased by over 20%, resulting in similar increase in machinery costs on farms. To remain competitive, farmers may wish to reassess machinery management strategies, particularly those ones with older machinery needs to be replaced. Combines typically represent the single largest investment on the farm. Harvesting over 3,000 acres per combine will lower costs. The number of tractors, tillage implements, and planters also significantly impact costs. An index of tractor prices paid, calculated by the NASS, the National Agriculture Statistics Service, illustrates the increase in tractor prices over time. While it's specific to tractors, similar increases have occurred for many agricultural machines. Over time, tractor prices have continued to increase, but gains were modest between 2011 and 20. The tractor price increased from 100 in 2011, the base year of the index. The index increased to 114 in 2020, representing a 14% rise over the 9 years from 2011 to 2020. Much larger increases occurred in 2021 through 2023. The index from 21 went from 114 to 123, 8% increase. In 2022, the increase 123 to 131, 7% increase. And in 2023, the index went from 131 to 138, an increase of 5%. So from 2020 to 2023, tractor prices increased 21% compared to 14% from 2011 to 2023. Those significant price increases correspond with supply chain challenges which arose during the pandemic and a general rise in inflation which continues to this day. Labor shortages have also occurred. Continued supply disruptions caused by trade disputes are likely to persist and further increase costs. Machine manufacturers also have reduced output due to concerns about the generally lower demand for machinery resulting from lower grain farm incomes. Increases in machinery prices are a large contributor to machinery-related costs on Midwest farms. Shows per acre machinery costs summarized from farms enrolled into the Illinois Farm Bureau Management on Central Illinois farms. Here it says fuel and oil increased from $19 per acre in 2021 to 2023, or to $23 in 2024. Depreciation represents an economic charge for the use of machinery. Depreciation costs increased from $69 per acre in 21 to $87 an acre last year. Repairs increased from $32 per acre in 2021 to $39 an acre last year. Machine hire increased from $16 per acre in 2021 to $22 last year. So overall, machinery-related costs have increased from $136 per acre in 2021 to $171 per acre in 2024. That's a 25% increase, roughly in line with the price increase reflected by the USDA's tractor price increase index. How's that? It says machinery management decisions may need to be reassessed due to these higher costs. Particularly, if machinery needs to be replaced. A prime area for consideration is relative to combines. On most farms, combines represent the single largest machinery investment, and harvest costs often equal more than 50% of the total machinery-related costs, they're saying. Per-acre combine costs are directly related to the number of acres harvested with each combine, they're saying. So it says here, the list price is an example. The list price of a combine used to estimate costs increased from $587,000 in 21 to $741,000 in 23. That's a 26% increase. Also, it said diesel prices increased from $2.75 a gallon to $3.50 a gallon. Interest rates went from 4.5 to 5.5. And then second, the decline in cost per acre as acres increase is more pronounced in 23 and 24. Yikes. So they say here, if you have 3,000 acres, harvesting can be achieved in several ways. Farms with less than 3,000 acres could form a partnership and own a combine jointly. For example, two 2,000-acre farms could own one combine and harvest 4,000 acres and lower the cost. Think about who your neighbor is. See if you want to own a $750,000 combine with your neighbor. That'd be good. And then it says here also, number 2, some farms that operate over 3,000 acres can achieve much of the savings. Still, the farms with 3,000 acres could agree to cooperate and achieve savings. For example, 3 farms with 3,000 acres may have 3 combining operations, so 9,000 acres are harvested with 2 combines instead of 3 would result in cost savings. And then the last one here says some farms with fewer acres may consider having acres custom harvested. If the individual performing the custom operation has over 3,000 acres with the custom harvest acres, significant cost savings can occur, resulting in lower costs for both operations. There you go. I don't know how that helps you, but it was an interesting read of what they consider $137 an acre it costs to raise corn or soybeans in Illinois. That's just machinery costs, interest costs, all this other cost. It has nothing to do with seed or fertilizer. But think about that. And those guys are up there giving $15,000, $20,000 an acre for some of that cropland in Illinois and Iowa. Yikes. So, there we go. Government payments. Talked about this earlier, but this is a different kind of payment. Government payments create funding cliff for farmers. Says farmers could face a sharp net income drop in coming years. And I've been talking about this for 2 years. They said they'll start in 25 and be completed by 27 or 28. They're trying to do away with a lot of different farm subsidy payments. Farmers could face a sharp net income drop in coming years, barring a price turnaround for row crops or a continuation of the massive government funding packages that are shoring up the ag economy. We don't even have a farm bill. What is this, year number 5 or 6? We haven't even had a farm bill. Congress passed a $31 billion in special farm assistance, including disaster aid last December, and 2 more rounds of assistance are currently in development. The first totaling about $12 billion to $13 billion. And Ag Secretary Rollins called the Trump administration planned payments a bridge to get farmers from the Biden years to the new Trump era. Without those 2 new bailout packages, net farm income is projected to peak at nearly $177 billion before plunging to $142 billion in 2026 and $140 billion in 2027. They're phasing it out. These are all according to the University of Missouri's Food and Ag Policy Research. So there you have it. Economy doesn't look great, especially on the row crop side. Okay, let's see here. We got about 3 minutes left here, and let's go here. Talk some cattle. According to K-State Extension News Service, as cattle producers across the county evaluate opportunities for herd expansion, K-State University beef experts say careful management and long-term planning remain essential for making some sound business decisions, even while the market signals are shifting. On a recent episode of Beef Cattle Institute's Cattle Chat podcast, experts discussed the challenges and considerations surrounding herd expansion in today's market. Jason Warner, K-State cow-calf specialist, said despite stronger cattle prices, national trends show limited herd growth. Relative to cattle on feed numbers, we are not seeing a lot of herd expansion at this point. Veterinarian Scott Fritz noted that some producers, the current market conditions make expansion less appealing. It doesn't sound like good business still to buy high and sell low. Market fluctuations are part of the industry's natural cycle, according to veterinarian Brad White. It balances out, he says. A long-term perspective is essential when evaluating opportunities like herd expansion. Veterinarian Bob Larson echoes the same sentiment and says producers should avoid short-term reactions to market changes. 5 years from now, the current prices may not seem too bad. You never know, he said. So when you are considering expansion, White posed the questions many producers are asking. If you were a cow-calf producer, what would you do? Larson advised producers to start with the basics, understanding the ranch's carrying capacity, ensuring herd production. Marry forage well and stock appropriately. That's the thing. It's like, now, I'd like to expand too, but we don't have any more grass. Make sure your cows get bred, check bull fertility and body condition before breeding, because it never goes out of style to have a highly reproductive herd. Warner encouraged producers to carefully evaluate their financial position and land, knowing what your production costs are, and consider what you expect feeder calf prices may be in the future. Also consider your current cow to land ratio to ensure your resources can support herd expansion. So there you go. All right, guys, enjoyed it. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow, and I got a special guest coming on tomorrow. Spencer Smith is going to be talking about the event he's got coming up out at their farm north of Elk City that I would love to see a bunch of people attend.
You've been listening to Today in Ag with Jimmy
Clark. Tomorrow. It's Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust in Elk City in Sarah, Oklahoma.
Kicking in the overdrive. Cool.
This is KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Deanna Delosi, phoning up the Kremlin.
A White House official confirms the phone call.